Hello there, my beautiful Leos, and welcome to or back to your channel. This is your daily reading for Wednesday, August 12th. This is also your reading for the solar eclipse in Leo that is also happening today, August 12th. Well, what the intention for the reading is, because I'm getting this out the night before. You know what I mean. Anyways, Leo, check your birth chart. Obviously, if you're on this channel, you have Leo somewhere in your chart. But check your birth chart specifically to where you have Leo in your birth chart. We're going to start off this reading with a number to see what number Spirit and this eclipse is highlighting for you, Leo. And you have master number 22 with I am aligned. You are in possession of incredible creative powers, and it is assured that you can achieve anything you wish. All right. So if you watched yesterday's daily, you know I was freaking out because y'all got the zeros, and then you got double zeros, and then the reading after that, you got triple zeros. So we finally made it out of the zeros, which definitely I feel like after I was like pondering on it, after freaking out, seeing it 3 times in a row, I just felt this energy of calm come over me and just like this realization of a cosmic reset. So I feel like the reset button has been pushed, and it feels like it is going to amplify even more with this solar eclipse in Leo. And now you're moving out of the zeros into master number 22, which also is talking about your creative powers. So the energy of creativity and manifestation is still extremely heightened. But pay attention to the number 2s, because 2s will signify your thoughts, your decisions, and your alignment towards what you are wanting for yourself. So pay attention to that number where you see it, license plates, billboards, social media. You also have the energy of Moon in Scorpio, a transformation, a change in your emotional life. There it is, card number 20, another number 2. And there's a little 0 making its way in. So this is showing me with this Moon in Scorpio energy, you know, Scorpio is a very, very, very deep yet private water sign. So although this is a Moon in Leo, it does look like this eclipse is going to help you shed skin. This eclipse is going to help you shed what no longer serves you, specifically on an extremely deep emotional level. You know, there is symbolism of a moon and a butterfly there, signifying a rebirth, signifying a transformation. So you are in the midst of transforming some deep-seated energy connected to your emotional life. You know, I feel like sometimes Scorpio energy could be intense. I do feel like with your previous readings, there has been either like a message I've been feeling of you going through like a dark night of the soul process or some type of shadow work energy. So the fact that you have this Moon in Scorpio, from what I've seen in your previous readings, is not necessarily that surprising. It looks like this eclipse is saying, all right, we're going to activate, we're going to reveal, and we're going to show you what needs to be transformed. And it may feel uncomfortable. It may feel a little bit icky. It may feel a little bit like, ooh, I don't really want to face this. But this eclipse is going to help you face that part of your energy and truly help you transform out of it. Your Moonology card is, wow, no way. New moon in Scorpio. Work through your fears. You know, I felt the intensity in your last readings, and, you know, especially moon phases, you feel them 3 days before, 3 days after, but eclipses, I feel like it could hold a longer energy before and after type of vibes. Whoa. You are going to work through and transform something that was really deeply engraved into your energy. Inner child healing, healing things from really strong energies of the past. And you know, I already spoke about Scorpio energy, and now here you are getting it again with work through your fears. It's interesting because there are different cards in this deck. You know, there are eclipses, there are sun cards, there are other zodiac signs that could come through, but Scorpio saying, no, 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 no. I'm going to give you a strong indication that this could feel intense. This could feel a little bit, oh, what's going on here? but this is going to be the transformation of a lifetime. And I'm really not surprised that you have all this Scorpio energy coming through for right now, because Scorpio is the sign of transformation, is the sign of breakthroughs and truly shedding skin and not allowing the old self to play a part in the new life and the new self. So there is some big release you're going through, but it's going to require you to work through your fears. And, you know, when you do that, it doesn't feel that, you know, amazing per se, but the reward of it is priceless. So I'm totally just not surprised you have this, because I felt this. Even your weekly love reading was an interesting reading. I haven't really seen a reading come out like that before. If you haven't watched it, I would definitely watch your weekly love reading. But there's something going on here of you breaking through fears that have held you back for a very, very, very long time. But keep in mind, you have the twos, decisions, free will. Your literal last reading was about an opportunity to break the cycle. And now look at what you're getting. These readings have just been amazingly synchronized lately. I've been loving it. The angel that is with you for the day is spiritual abundance. Thank you, angels, for blessing me with infinite abundance. So whatever you are releasing, whatever fears you are working through, you know, it could be an abundance of them. You know, a lot of the times when we do shadow work, we think one thing is the issue. But then when we start diving deeper into it, we're like, oh, wait, this also plays a part in my trauma. This also played a part in my fears. You know, you start, you know, once you ask the subconscious to show you what you need to release, a lot of the times it's layered, right? It's layered. It's not just one thing. So whatever you are working through right now and transforming out of, specifically in your emotional life, your fears, your anxieties, you are going to have a major reward for doing so with the spiritual abundance angel coming through. Not saying that you were quote unquote blocking your abundance in a sense, but there is some type of like reward for this transformation, for you actually facing it. This is just crazy that you have this. I mean, because of your past readings, I'm not surprised, but like I don't want to repeat myself, but there was something I mentioned to you in a past reading about facing the mirror, looking into the mirror instead of breaking it or running away from it and repeating it. And these two type of cards say it may not feel the greatest to face it, but the transformation from it and actually working through it and facing the music instead of like, off, I don't want to deal with that, let's suppress it. You're actually going to expand to a different level of frequency where you actually may receive abundance in random areas of your life. Everything is connected somehow, some way. So I did decide to get an energy card for you for this eclipse. I don't know, I just felt called to use this deck. And you have freedom. The energy of freedom supports our sense of limitless possibility and potential, boundless expression, and bold exploration. Another number 2, card number 21. So whatever you are freeing yourself from that looks like it's held you back in some way, shape, or form. It's caused a lot of fears. It caused a lot of anxiety. It's caused a lot of sleepless nights. This is not something outside of you that you're freeing yourself from. This is not a thing you're leaving or a person you're walking away. That's not what's happening here. You are figuring out how to free yourself. And everything starts with self. So this could be a pivotal point in your life that you reflect on in the future. There's something really, I kind of want to say strange going on here inside of you. And I'm not necessarily sure you have ever done this shadow work before, or if you've ever really truly gave it the time and energy to face it, but there's something going on with this eclipse energy where it's asking you to do so. Maybe it's because the South Node is in Leo, you know, that indicates working through the shadow side of Leo, right? Shadow side of Leo, performing for love, doing what other people want to do because you want to make other people happy, feeling the need to have constant reassurance of being chosen, things along those lines, like needing certain types of recognition. So you could be transforming out of that, where you are kind of coming into this realization inside of your own energy of where, you know, every zodiac sign has a shadow energy and an evolved energy. And when a zodiac sign sits in the South Node collectively, it's asking the collective to let go of the shadow part of that sign. And you have Leo in your chart somewhere if you're on this if you're watching this reading. So where is that shadow side of Leo coming out for you, where you're like, I need to really work through this and I really need to release this. I need to free myself from this fear. There is a really strong theme with this eclipse of you freeing yourself from a very specific fear, anxiety, trauma, whatever the case may be. Like I said, Scorpio goes deep. It's not just going to be the first thing you think about. You know, ask your psyche. It might not be the greatest feeling to see it in a dream or to face the part of yourself or whatever the case may be, but it will bring you extreme blessings and abundance, and almost like an abundant sense of self as well. So let's see, your overall energy from the tarot is the Two of Cups with coming together. Another number 2. Now, like I said, I don't want to repeat myself because we've been getting a lot of dailies out, but I know everybody doesn't watch every daily. But there has been a emphasis on some type of divine union. And now you're getting the Two of Cups. So I do feel like there is a very high possibility that there is a person around you that is bringing this energy to the forefront for you to release. They could be in a position of helping you heal or giving you that space to heal and reflect and figure things out. Now, this happens all the time. People are mirrors constantly. It doesn't matter, romantic, friendship, family. A lot of times what bothers you in another energy is something that you need to figure out inside of yourself to heal and transform. And a lot of the times it doesn't make sense at first. It just doesn't. You're like, well, I'm not like that. Or I don't have that. Or I don't think that way. Or I don't do that to people. It's not necessarily going to be in detail form. It may just be in a general sense of something. So the Two of Cups is showing that there is some type of, you know, you could actually transform with another person. That's a very rare thing to see. Let's clarify and open up the spread. But there is an assistive energy here for you around this transformation, whether it's love that's sparking this transformation, whether it's a friend or whether it's a family. There is somebody specifically here in your world that is the catalyst for this transformation. Two of Cups to the Queen of Swords. They're going to help you free yourself, right? Queen of Swords, they're going to help you see things clearly, right? Just what I was saying before. When you are working through fears or working through certain things, a lot of the times it's like, okay, I have the awareness, now what? You see how there are clouds on the second portion of this card, and there's the clear skies up here. There is an individual in your world, whether romantic or platonic or family, that they're going to help you see very clearly what you need to transform out of. What you truly need to free yourself out of. What's coming your way is the Seven of Pentacles. Your influence is the Four of Swords. What's unexpected is the Queen of Pentacles. Your advice is Temperance. Oh. And your outcome is the Knight of Cups. All right. So let's clarify this before I go through. Seven of Pentacles of what's coming your way. You're contemplating. You are. You're trying to figure it out. You're like, where else does this connect? Where else does this phase me? Where else does this come out in my life? Knight of Cups as your outcome is an interesting energy. It shows an open-hearted energy. You know, a renewed sense of self-love. You know, freeing yourself from self-criticism could be a big one as well. You know, the Knight of Cups could be an energy who speaks life and love into you. Seven of Pentacles of what's coming your way. Knight of Swords, the Chariot, and the Queen of Cups. Yep, there it is. There is that breakthrough, not only emotionally, but there is a mental breakthrough for you as well. And I feel like that's why you got the double Scorpio moon cards up there. Because Scorpio is a water sign. It indicates a change in your emotional life. But this card indicates working through your fears. Our emotions and our mind are connected in senses, right? So what's coming your way, it looks like you were in a waiting period of like really trying to figure something out. You're like, okay, I have the awareness, but how do I actually do it? Asking yourself those questions, diving deeper, things along those lines. There is going to be somebody here that helps you have the clarity. I don't know, maybe it's a therapist, maybe it's somebody you're talking to, but there's somebody here to assist, and it looks like your energy, it's like all of a sudden you're just contemplating, and you're like, how, or why, or when, or this, or that, and the other, and then Knight of Swords comes in, and boom, something starts to make sense. You're like, oh, wait a minute, why didn't I think of it like that? Four of Swords in your influence is the Strength card, the King of Wands, the Seven of Wands, the Hermit, and the Three of Cups. Hello. To the Eight of Pentacles. So your influence is interesting here. I feel like there is this dual sense of energy where you're open to receiving support and assistance from like friends, love, whoever the case may be. But you also have this interesting vibration where you also understand that this is something that you're really going to have to do on your own. You know, you can receive advice, opinions, things along those lines, whatever the case may be. But, you know, other people can't do the work for you. And it looks like there's like that realization energy here where you're like, okay, let me see what information I can receive, but I also understand that I'm the one that has to create this. I'm the one that has to go through this transformation. You know, these people are not in your body. They cannot, you know, puppeteer you to do things. Queen of Pentacles of what's unexpected, some type of unexpected stability, security. Two of Pentacles, the Sun, and the Nine of Pentacles. Yes, to the King of Pentacles. So what's unexpected is as you stabilize your own energy, there's something here. Is there a double dose of transformation going on? It's almost like your transformation either inspires or encourages or does something to another person's transformation, and it brings you two more aligned. Queen of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. Where there was once a lot of uncertainty, a lot of back and forth energy. So some of you may definitely find yourself in that position where your healing or your transformation does something to another person. On the Temperance card in your advice, peace, patience, Eight of Swords. All right, so you're getting an indication of having patience with yourself. Seven of Pentacles, Queen of Swords. Okay, so they're trying to also get you to understand here, it's not just going to be an overnight thing, right? It's not going to be like, oh, okay, I have the awareness. Now how do I do it? It's a practice, right? Just how you practiced this fear in your life for the last decade. You also got to practice the new way of thinking, practice the new way of living, practice not allowing this fear to take over. So it's almost like your advice is giving you a sense of, yeah, you're coming into a sense of awareness, but don't be hard on yourself if the next day the fear still comes up. you know, give it that sense of, all right, I see what this is. This wound or this fear is being activated or it's being touched, but that doesn't mean I have to go with it. Where old you may have said, all right, I'm overthinking, here I go. I feel this way, here I go. Knight of Cups and your outcome with the Five of Swords, the Death card, the Three of Pentacles, and the Knight of Cups. You know what's interesting here? If this is happening between you and another person, it looks like it's actually going to assist the emotional energy between the two of you. It's almost like if this is involved with another individual, it transforms the emotional connection you have to them. Scorpio energy. Scorpio energy. It actually gets it to become deeper. You two understand each other more. It's not just, all right, happy friendship vibes, happy romantic vibes. It's like, all right, this is a challenge. Can we work through this? Can we get through this? But can we also work and get through our own things? So it's almost like a dual sense of transformation that looks like it's going to deepen a bond. And a lot of the times that does happen, honestly. Whenever some type of adversity or conflict or maybe some murky feelings come up, a lot of the times that will bring to the forefront the strength of a bond. Is it surface level? Is it shallow? Or does it actually have the capability to go deep? So I feel like, you know, if this is platonic or romantic or family, whatever the case may be, it has the power to deepen the bond to a level of depth that it may have not been able to get to if this transformation or this working through this energy never happened. So as you free yourself from specific fears and go through a transformation, it's almost like you're the catalyst for another person as they're the catalyst for you. Two of Cups, there's that mutual sense of energy. Now, I do also feel you do have spiritual abundance and your unexpected position does show some type of unexpected energy of feeling more secure, feeling more rewarded in the material realm. So I do definitely feel like as this eclipse brings all of this to a head, I feel like there is some type of blessing or some type of blessing of abundance that follows suit from this. For example, random example, say this is a friend thing and you two are trying to help each other, whatever, this, that, and the other, blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden you find yourself a week or so later, you got a raise at your job. They got a raise at their job a couple days later and you two start freaking out. You're like, oh my God, how we both got raises at the same time. Like there's something going on here where it's like the universe wants to physically, materialistically reward the bond for the deep transformation. But it's almost like the reward is individualized, right? They get the raise at their job. You get the raise at your job. For some of you, the reward could be together, you know, healing certain things, maybe trying to sell the home. Boom. Once you guys work through this murky energy or have been or whatever the case may be, finding yourself on the other side of that bond and that strengthening of love. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh my gosh, somebody put a offer on our home. Like there's something going on here where there is some type of deep transformation in terms of emotions that is directly going to impact the abundance for you both. And look, I could say all I want that there is not another individual involved, but I cannot remove the fact that the Two of Cups is your overall energy. Like I can't just ignore that. I can't just ignore it. But for somehow, some way, this eclipse is here to bring things to the forefront, strengthen a bond that you have, and it looks like you both will get rewarded for working through your stuff, literally. So in terms of zodiac signs in the spread that could be around you or in your birth chart, you have really strong Scorpio. Cancer, Virgo, Leo, Sagittarius. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of planets in Leo right now. I think you got the sun. Now you got the moon. Now you got the Mercury. Now you got the South Node, Jupiter. Everybody's in Leo. Or a lot of planets are in Leo. All right, so let's see what's going on. Your ending oracle from the Starseed Oracle is Star Ancestors. Hidden secrets, lost wisdom. Look a little deeper. We get it. We get it. This is deep. Jeez. We get it that this is deep. We already found that out from all this scorpionic energy here. We get it. It's a deep thing. Star Ancestors. The ancients knew more than we do about our connection with the stars. There are pyramids, temples, and all other places of worship created in precise alignment with the stars exist in all corners of the world. What if this ancient wisdom is available for you to uncover now? You're being called to think and listen with your ancient heart and soul, to tap into the part of you that remembers and knows. Damn, this is a real deep time, y'all. What's going on? All ancient secrets are whispered forever in your ears. All mystic knowing blooms in your heart. All potent power pumps through your veins. You're being invited to step into your ancient knowingness, to be held by the rememberings of the star ancestors, to look a little deeper. If you're feeling stuck, you're being called to do something different, to change your point of view. Creativity happens when we put together two things that don't belong. When we do... What? When we do the unexpected. All right, there we go. So often a creative solution is right in front of us, but because we think the same thoughts and act the same way, we miss what's in the open. You're here to remember and uncover ancient secrets and transmissions, technology and wisdom that are so needed to the planet right now, to unlock your soul's memories of a time when Earth lived in harmony and one day will again. There's something, y'all. There's something about the subconscious. There's something about memories coming up. There's something about things being healed. There's something happening. This is deeper than I think cards can really relay, honestly. And I feel it in what cards came through, but I just have this energy where I'm like, there is no explanation for how deep this could truly go for you. But damn. Okay, well, that's what I have here for you, Leo. Thank you for being here and for watching. Happy birthday to all the Leo suns out there. Happy eclipse. Comment down below. What are you guys going to do for the eclipse? Are we staying in? Are we going in the sun? Are we going in some nature? Are we going to the beach? Are we manifesting? Are we not manifesting? What's going on? What are we doing here? So thank you, Leos. I'll talk to all of y'all very, very soon. Bye now.